Darn right, we're going to talk a little business. So welcome back to the Business of Life here on KHTS, one of the finest radio stations in all of America. You can hear our show every other day on Southern California here on KHTS, 1220 a.m. and hometownstation.com. So if you're driving in your car and you pull in the garage, hometownstation.com. So today I've got a very special friend with me, a couple of special friends. We're going to talk about, the subject is what the hell's happened in America. That's the subject. So we're going to start with the Oscars, but before we do that, the show's brought to you by Jimmy Cohen. If you need packaging, if you need large printing, this is the guy to call. This is the guy that I use, Jimmy Cohen. You just go to JC. Never mind. I'll tell you what his website is in a few minutes. So, if you get the phone number, nobody ever writes down a phone number. Unless you want to call in our number, 298-5487, 298-5487-661. I am going to waive the $500 call-in fee today. I've always waived it for you, Phil, haven't I? Welcome to the show, buddy. You got to talk directly into the microphone that way. Talk. Say hi, everybody.
Coach, thank you, buddy, for having us.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I know you're a little nervous. That's all right. It takes,
not nervous.
Not nervous?
Just sitting next to you.
That a boy. So on behalf of Coach Ron Tunick and Phil Raymond and Jimmy Cohen, on behalf of KHTS and behalf of the whole community, our hearts go out to two families who, more than two families, but two families that lost teenage kids this last weekend. Phil, my heart is breaking for these families, the Littlefield family and Lewandowski family. These kids went to College of the Canyons, and I just wonder, before we start the show, I'm just, are we nothing but roulette balls, going around on the roulette wheel? I mean, these kids did nothing. Great kids, and they're no longer with us, and my heart is broken for them.
Life is a game of seconds and inches, I think. There they were on the freeway on their way home.
Yeah.
From where were they coming from? Disneyland or somewhere?
Yeah, Disneyland.
And two kids racing in other vehicles. Again, wrong place.
They weren't racing.
No, they were not.
Yeah.
But the other two
hit the UPS truck. The truck flips over, and just is so sad. Seconds all right.
And inches.
Let's get on. So anyway, what's going on in America? That's our subject today on the Business of Life, and I have my dear friend with me, Phil Raymond and Jimmy Cohen. So let's start with the Oscars. So here, look, the board of directors are 68 years old and older and 75% white. Okay, so I have no problem. Let's diversify the board, right? Let's get more.
Isn't the president African American?
Yeah. Nice lady, did a nice little speech. Had no problem with that. But are we getting to a point, Phil and Jimmy, everybody gets a trophy? Is this,
Little League, Coach.
Yeah, it's Little League. Everybody's going to get a trophy now. That's the part that bugs me. There were plenty of people of color getting awards, but apparently the top 20 awards, there were no people getting colors. Guys from Mexico were winning awards all day long.
I didn't see the movie Out of Compton. Or Straight Outta Compton. I wish I would have.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe I will, because I'm a music lover. But apparently that movie is excellent. And there are many people who feel that it should have been nominated.
Well, if you have a bunch of old white guys like us who maybe didn't see it or didn't want to see it or had some built-in thought about it, I don't know. I want to see it. I like music. I like rap. I listen to rap. Do you know that?
Come on, Coach.
No, I do. I listen to rap.
Did you see that piece that Chris Rock did when he was standing outside that theater? Interviewing those people.
Yeah.
I think he was in Compton at a movie theater.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Those people if they've
That
seen any of
was
those
really
movies.
hilarious. Yeah, but G-Eazy. You know who G-Eazy is, Justin? He's one of my favorites. So. Yeah, Justin's is all of, 17, 14, 21, something.
I've never heard of him.
G-Eazy?
You know him, Jimmy?
He's a great...
I'm not a new rap guy. I like the old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy's a deadhead.
Yeah,
I'm a deadhead.
Well, a loyal deadhead.
Loyal deadhead.
Big time, Jimmy.
So he was a pot smoking hippie. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy, we have stories there. All right, so we don't want to dwell on the Oscars, but our whole society is everybody gets a trophy. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Everything is politically correct. That wasn't our generation.
No.
That was not our generation. all three of us are grinders. So Philly, where are the grinders, man? We can't even hire salespeople. You're in the marketing business. You're in the advertising business.
They're hard to find. Needle, you got to kiss a lot of
Frogs.
first before you get that prince.
I don't know what you were going to say, but it's frogs.
That's what I was going to say, Coach.
Before you get your prince.
You got it, Coach.
Yeah. So this is my concern about the Oscars, Philly, is you have to diversify. I'm okay with that. I mean, I understand diversification. I'm fine with that. I understand that this is a world economy. We live in the world. Yes, we happen to be in Southern California in the United States of America, but this is a world economy, Jimmy. Do you sell your cardboard boxes and printing everywhere, don't you?
I do. I have clients actually around the country and in Canada. But
will you give a discount to our listener if they buy $1 million worth?
Absolutely.
Don't even call in. We'll take callers at 298-5487. But if you're going to order printing, it has to be $1 million or more. Don't waste our time.
At least.
Yeah, don't waste our time.
At least.
You have to plug that in there if we take callers.
And all they have to do is mention Coach.
And you get but they have to buy $1 million. They have to buy $1 million worth, and then they. Okay, back to the. You watched the Oscars like I did,
From
right?
start to finish.
Did you watch any of the movies?
Only the one, Leonardo's movie.
Oh, how was that?
Outstanding.
Outstanding. Buddies of mine who watched that, he said it was kind of just a gory chasing a bear around the whole time. It was a bear and a guy, and that got him the award.
I don't think color was involved in that one.
No, well, the color of the bear.
That's right.
Yeah, so you had a brown bear.
Oh, it was outstanding.
All right, so we're going to move on. I guess you're bored. You don't want to really get into the Oscars.
They're upset that they missed somebody on there that passed away. Oh, Abe Vigoda. That was the big headline in the paper.
Oh, I missed that one.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to see the movie. What was the winning movie? What was
the winning movie?
What was the winning movie? Spotlight.
You got to see it.
Yeah, Spotlight.
About your religion, Coach.
Yeah, no, I'm upset with the Catholic Church. I ain't gonna lie to you. No,
Okay, just making sure.
Here, move this microphone closer. No, I'm very upset with the Catholic Church. I'm extremely upset with the Catholic Church. But you know what? I'm going to get a priest. I used to have a priest on my show regularly, and we talked about a lot of stuff. I asked him one day. I said, "What does God do?" And he looks at me, he pauses, and he said, "Coach, I don't know either." I said, "You're a God worker, and you don't know what God does?" He said, "No." This was when we had the earthquake in Haiti. Remember? And I was taken back by that, and he said to me, "God's crying too." So that was the end of that conversation. All right, so Jimmy, are you going to see any of these movies? Bridges of Spies, I'm going to see that. Danish Girl, no. Spotlight, yes.
I think I'd like the Spotlight, yes.
The Big Short, yes.
Big Short, I saw.
How was that?
Excellent.
Really entertaining?
Excellent. Very entertaining.
You have a good radio voice. Maybe we kick Philly out.
I was a radio television major in college.
Really?
I was.
Let's kick Philly out and we'll do a show together.
Time out. So was
Philly
I.
was.
Oh, you were
also.
too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
We're going to talk about you, Phil Raymond, in the second part of the show. We're going to talk about a kid that grew up with Jersey, that his dad's still alive, 90-plus years old. We're going to talk about family. We're going to talk about life in America, how it was, and we're going to talk about why, maybe the reason, guys, that the world is changing is that the family structure, and we'll save this for the second half. Back to the Oscars. All right, The Big Short I want to see. The Big
Short's good.
Did you see it?
I did.
You have no life, Jimmy.
You're right. I don't know how you do that.
Are you one of these guys that goes sit in the movie theater with a trench coat watching
Solo.
movie?
I went and saw The Big Short solo. Yeah, my dad used to do that, so
Really?
I did go see that one solo.
In my entire life, I've wanted to do it because my wife says, "I'm not going to go see that movie. You go see it," and then I chicken out. It's like, I know if I go by myself, I'm going to be arrested for something.
I go see music. I go see music alone. I'll go do anything that I want to do.
Have you been arrested before?
I've never been arrested.
Okay, keep
Never.
going to a movie theater by yourself and
but
see.
I didn't wear a trench coat.
You did wear a trench coat?
Did not.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Have you ever been arrested, Coach?
Yes. when I was 17, we were drunk at a party, and David Mitchell was his name. He's running from the police. I'm running with him. Why am I running with him? Why am I running away from the police? How stupid am I at 17? So we hop in his car, and I don't know, about 5 minutes later, we get pulled over. And they were nice to me. They took me to the jail, and I spent like 2 hours in there, and I had to call my foster mother. That wasn't fun. She came down to the jail, and that was about it. Nothing ever happened. He's the one that got in trouble.
So in your life,
Do we know what he was running from?
He was drunk. So they got him for drunk driving. He lost his license. I mean, this is back in the 60s. It was probably a bigger deal today than it was back then, you know.
Yeah,
I remember, not me, but because I was a kid, I was an athlete. I was a kid that never really drank. But I remember stories, and actually, it's a long story. I don't want to get into it, but I hit the back of a police car. I smoked for 90 days in my life a cigarette, so I'm leaning over to light my cigarette, and I smashed right in the back of a police car. Make a long story short, that kind of changed my high school life because I had no father. The policeman befriended me, kind of befathered me, would pick me up and take me to school. And, you know, I was so, back in those days, I was so proud to get out of the cop car. It was like an honor, you know.
Where'd you grow up?
Woodland Hills.
Wow.
Well, prior to high school, in the 5th and 6th grade, each year I was in 5 elementary schools. Remember, as a foster kid.
Wow.
So wherever I got dumped off, yeah, so things got a little bit better in high school, a little bit better. I've been on my own since I'm 14. Rented a room at 14 years old. Can you imagine?
Wow. So, Coach, so your listeners know you and I have known each other for
a long time.
Yeah, and you're one of the nicest men,
cut it out, man.
that
You
I've
are
ever met.
You
and,
are too.
You wear your heart on your sleeve.
Yeah, I do.
And I love you to pieces.
I do too. All right, so we're done with the.
I think we're done with the Oscars.
We're done with. All right, let's get into sports a little bit. We're three guys. Yeah. What's your favorite sport?
Jeez, any Chicago, any sport that has a Chicago team.
So one of my best friends. He's not. My wife and daughters are my best friends, but John Ranty's right there. Lives and dies with the Blackhawks. He has seats right on the glass. Yeah, right on the glass. So we're not going to talk about Chicago today because you're a bunch of losers. I mean, you're really a bunch. Think about your football team. You had 1 year, 1985. Ditka.
Yep.
And he's kind of a jerk. Mike Ditka. I don't care for him. I heard he's not a nice guy.
I can't answer. I don't know.
All right. And what about the Cubs? You're going to
I'm a Cub fan. They're winning.
They're winning
this year.
Last year. No, they had a. They're
going to be good.
They're going to be good this year.
They're going to be good this year.
I was rooting for them. Everybody's rooting for them.
Everybody roots for the
Cubs
Cubs.
fans.
That's right.
But can we talk about the Dodgers? Because you and I are right here. Are you a Dodger fan, Jersey boy? No.
No, sorry to say no.
Okay.
New York Yankees.
Okay.
It's hard to be an LA fan when you're not from here.
Yeah, it's tough.
What about NBA? I don't watch it, but this
The Golden State Warriors.
the Steph Curry. I watched the game the other. Did you watch it?
The Golden State Warriors have made the regular season exciting.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
This guy, I watched the game the other night. Tied the 3-point thing. The winning thing was
basket was unbelievable.
was from Reseda. I think he made the. He was in Reseda, California.
From Reseda all game long.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Phenomenal.
But my favorite basketball player of all time is Magic Johnson.
Love Magic.
My top 5, real quick: Magic Johnson, LeBron James, no question there. You got to put Michael Jordan in there, right? I would say Kareem. I'm bordering on putting Kareem in there, but he was a winner, man. That dude, you know, nice guy, different kind of a guy. And then Jerry West. I mean, people don't realize he had the nickname Mr. Clutch.
He was.
So you growing up, Philly, in Jersey, what was your sports team?
Oh, New York Knicks. Earl Monroe, DeBusschere, Willis Reed.
Earl Monroe. Why do I know? What was his nickname?
Earl the Pearl.
Earl the
There
Pearl
you go.
Monroe.
Earl the
He was
Pearl.
phenomenal.
That was a great team.
So Friday night, a friend of mine works for the Lakers, gets Lisa and I tickets. Yeah,
You're going to big time us now. You're going to big time Jimmy and I right now.
Not really.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to big time us. Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
think I sent you the
the pictures.
the
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
So We're going to go see Kobe say goodbye, see one of Kobe's last games. And the son
Not
of
a Kobe fan. I can't. Well, I can tell you why, but I don't want to say it on the air.
8 rows up. Kobe calls in sick, bad shoulder.
You got to talk directly in the microphone
Oh, okay,
like I'm doing.
Coach.
See,
Yeah. So we're on the kiss cam. Long story short.
Did you kiss the
Oh,
lovely
yeah.
Lisa on the
Oh,
kiss?
sure, on the
lips
kiss
the whole
cam.
thing.
What's that?
Lips the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I sent it to you, didn't I?
How much? I can tell you when I go to a Dodger game, I've got some pretty good seats there, and I take my grandkids and my kids. $150 for food, and that's if they only have one hot dog.
Oh, yeah.
What at Staples? How much is a hot dog? At Staples.
Oh, you're in the same ballpark, like you're saying.
Yeah. So for
15.
2 people, what? $60?
Oh, easy.
Tickets, parking, a little
Easy,
food.
easy.
You've got to be looking at.
Okay, so can I bring up something that's been bugging me for years? I grew up poor. And is sports only attracting people, the elitist? I mean, where are the kids? Where are the kids in the neighborhood? How are they going to be able to go to a Dodger game or a basketball game, guys?
Well, you know,
I'm
they may
outraged
not be
about
sitting down in the lower level, but there are still seats that are affordable upstairs.
What do you say affordable? $50? Come on, Jimmy.
I think they're a little less. I think they're a little less.
No, Jimmy.
No, are they 50?
You're out of
in
your
the
mind.
300 level.
Justin, turn his microphone off because he's crazy.
Are they? Justin,
You can go to a baseball game for $15 to $20.
Basically,
what about
we're talking
we're
basketball.
talking
what
about
the Lakers?
basketball.
Can you sit in the
NBA.
300 level?
Oh,
for,
in basketball, no.
No.
Not for 50?
Not for less than 75 to 80.
in the 300 level?
Yeah.
So this is bringing me around to Bernie. I'm a conservative. Philly, all three of us are conservatives. But everything Bernie is saying, oh, you're not a conservative?
No.
Oh, boy, breaking
Shut his
news.
mic off.
Breaking news. Shut his mic off is right. Jimmy Kahn. Our show is brought to you by Jimmy Cohen.
That's
it's
right.
spelled Kahn.
No, the O is
I love the spell. I love it. It's 4 letters, C-O-H-N.
Right.
How do people get a hold of you if they want packaging?
818-266.
No, nobody will remember the phone number. You don't have a website?
I face-to-face. I've had 3 websites. They crash and burn. So JC102856.
No, people aren't going to remember that. Jimmy Kahn Print Packaging and Display. We have to. I'm a branding guy. I got to help you. I'm a branding guy. How come you don't have JimmyCohen.com?
I have
Somebody else must have it.
JCPrintPackagingAndDisplay.com.
Yeah, that's real easy
I
to
had
remember.
Jimmy Cohn Productions. I had JimmyCohnProductions.com.
Okay, back to, and we'll get to your
And thank you.
left-leaning, crazy.
I'm not that left. I'm
My
more
wife is
on the fence.
my wife is a left-leaner.
I'm on the fence.
And you're still
she-
married.
Anyway, the wind
barely.
blows.
Oy vey.
She will not go and vote for Hillary. She cannot stand Hillary. It's going to be real interesting.
My 20-year-old daughter texted me this morning and said, Dad, you think Donald Trump is going to be our next president?
No.
And I said, I don't think
No,
so. And
no.
she said,
no.
she said, I think we should flee the country on the off chance he gets elected. That's my 20-year-old daughter.
He's got no chance. He's unelectable. I'm just telling
Yeah,
you, he's
right.
unelectable. So it's either going to be Rubio or Hillary. Cruz is unelectable too. I don't want to. I mean,
agree.
I'm a
No, I
conservative.
agree.
I'm embarrassed.
Rubio is the only one on that side of the fence that
Got a shot.
that's got a shot.
I mean,
I think.
Put the 44-year-old young. He's not very handsome, but he's Cuban. He can speak Spanish,
Right.
And that's big.
That's huge.
That's huge. So I'm rooting for Rubio. I can't stand him, little Marco, but that's what
Look, I
Trump.
agree with you that Cruz is unelectable.
Little Marco.
So is Trump.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So it's either going to be Little Rubio or Little Rubio against Little Marco. Excuse me. What's Trump call him? Little Marco
Hillary.
against Hillary. Yeah. And here's my question before we get back into sports: is she ever going to wear anything besides a pantsuit? Bill, answer that question.
Leave her alone with her clothing.
Really?
It's a nice.
It's a nice look for her?
They had a picture of the most famous woman that ever made it in the Oval Office.
You're listening to Coach Ron Tunick and the Business Life. Just three guys sitting here at the bar talking about life. This is what women think we talk about women. We never talk about women, do we? Women don't understand us. They think all we do is sit around and talk about them. We talk about sports, we talk about politics, we talk about other things. But all right, back to the Dodgers.
Could we say one more thing about politics?
Say one more thing?
Say one more thing?
Go ahead.
Did you see...
you got to talk right in the microphone.
Stop it, Coach.
Go.
Did you see Monica Lewinsky's new pictures?
Yeah, no, she looks good.
She looks fantastic.
No. This is where he made a mistake.
I just wonder how she gets invites to these bashes.
Yeah, she was at the...
First of all, she's smart. I mean, I don't know that much. She's smart, okay, and she is very likable. She's cute.
I think she's adorable.
Billy made a mistake. He could have, he could have been with her right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Where do you? Anyway, we got to take a break. We're going to come right back. KHTS 1220. This will be an interesting segment because we're going to find out about family and the love of a father back to his son, and we're going to find out about New Jersey. I understand it's a state somewhere in the United States. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.